T.I.'s relationship with Deyjah. What is the biggest change that you've seen in him?
He's just being a little more understanding. He knew that the rest of the world didn't accept it and wasn't on his side, and they were very angry. But the only thing he really cares about is what she feels.
Tiny, it is always so nice to see your face. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm really good because The Mix is back on Fox Soul.
Welcome back to The Mix, guys.
It is such a cool concept. Tell me, how did you come up with this idea?
I was sitting around with Zonnique and Reginae and just listening to how they had so many views and conversations about different things. And I felt like this is a show. This is something that people need to hear. There needs to be a platform to where they can speak their minds, speak their truth, and be heard.
Are any topics off limits?
Nope. We want to talk about everything, whether it's politics, sex, relationships, abuse, drugs. We need to be able to speak on all topics so we can speak to those who need to be spoken to.
Last time I spoke with you, Tiny, it was right before the new season of Friends and Family Hustle was about to premiere. And since then, you celebrated your 10-year wedding anniversary. How are you guys doing?
We've just been through like the ups and downs, and we've been through, you know how sometimes you fall in and out of love. We've done all of that, but we've been able to come back much stronger as a unit. I think it's just all because we really have a genuine love and desire, and we actually are very attracted to one another sexually, and I think that keeps us drawn to each other. At 2 years in, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna make it to 3. My second year was like really, really rough. And then we got to the third year and it got a little better, but it got a little rough again. So it was like, I just don't see it. And here I am, 10 at 10. I just wanted to have a 10-year renewal, but that got kind of shattered with everything going on with COVID and everything. So I'm still planning to do that because we want to remarry each other.
And you know, another thing you and I talked about was T.I.'s relationship with Deyjah, and after all the changes they've gone through. How is their relationship today? What is the biggest change that you've seen in him?
I think he's just being a little more understanding. It just was him, you know, being too honest and sharing too much, and really what's the problem for Deyjah, not so much of any other real issues. Like, you know, she knows that she's loved to no end, and he also spoke to her, apologized to her, and was very sincere about it, and he felt like he didn't really owe anybody an apology as much as he did her. And as long as she was receptive and forgiving, he was okay with that. He knew that the rest of the world didn't accept it and wasn't on his side, and they were very angry. But the only thing he really cares about is what she feels.
Of course. And to hear you say that he's more understanding, I mean, can you give me an example? Like, is there something that stands out to you recently?
He has a new project that he's working on, and he has and he's just more understanding of like what she really wants to do. They are trying to come up with things that she really wants to get into, things she loves, and he's just trying to help her create that Deyjah thing. He's all into whatever she wants to do. Whatever you want to do, babe. Okay, so let's talk about this. How can we do it? Like, he'll call her and be like, okay, so you said you was going to have this for me. I'm still waiting on it. I need a business plan. I need this, you know. So he's being very open to trying to hear her out and understand her, you know, from a young teenager outlook.
I love that, to hear that they're working together. So does that mean that they're in a good place?
They're definitely in a good place. She's upstairs. She's been staying with us for the last week. We've been having a good old time. You know, her and her dad's been kicking it every day. So everything's going great.
I love to hear that. I want to talk about your other baby, of course, Zonnique. What do you feel when you process that your baby is having a baby?
It's pretty awesome right now, because at this point I'm really ready to see my grandchild and to, you know, feel this grandma love that I'm supposed to be getting. And I'm just ready to see her in mommy mode, because I feel like she's going to be an awesome mom.
Yeah, of course. And I know you're going to be the most unbelievable grandma. I'm curious, have you decided what you want to be called?
I am working on it. Nick wants me to do Coco.
Oh, I love that. Do you like that?
I like Coco. I do like Coco, but I'm playing around with Honey.
I want to talk about a huge moment on the show where Zonnique announced her pregnancy live on the air while your husband T.I. was a guest.
I want to know, Tip, who do you think? Who do you think this sonogram belongs to?
I'm gonna say anybody but Neat.
It's me, Pops. It's me. That's what's going on in the mix
Breaking
today.
news.
What was going through your mind during that huge episode?
Well, I was just ready for her to get it out. I knew for maybe a week or two, and it's hard for me to hide things from him like that. He's gonna get upset if he finds out that I've been knowing all this long time. So she was like, okay, I know what I want to do. I'm gonna tell him on the show. And I'm like, okay. And I thought it was cool, it's her new platform. So she had him on. So I thought it was pretty cool.
He had a real tough time believing that it was actually true.
Y'all playing, man. Y'all playing. Now y'all y'all bullshitting though, huh?
What did you make of his reaction?
Well, I feel him because when I heard that she was pregnant, I was just like, because she's never really been like, I want kids or right now, So I was just kind of like, wait a minute, you having a baby? Like, you act like your only child. You're not ready for a baby. But I think she is. She feels like, it's something that I'm really going to have that I care about. I'm going to pour my all into.
Was it hard for you to keep that secret? You said you held on to it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was hard because little baby things kept coming up. And one time we were playing a game and somebody said something about some grandma and granddaddy. And he was like, man, I got a long time for that. I want to be like, no, you don't. You're about to be one right now. But I couldn't. So
when Zonnique was talking to me last week and she told me about how when she discovered that she was pregnant, she wasn't immediately overjoyed. She was actually a little sad. But of course, now she's in an amazing place and she's so excited about everything. How were you there for her during that tough time?
Whatever she really wanted to do, I'm going to be behind her, and whatever her decision would have been. And I let her know that. And I let her know that, if she decided to have the baby, that's what it was going to be. I would be there for her. I would support her. And she knows that she has an amazing support system.
She has an unbelievable support system around her. And, she gave props to her man, Izzy, and said that they're doing really well. Does Izzy have your stamp of approval?
Yes, he does.
He does?
He's a good guy, he treats her well, and as long as she's happy, I just try to be there whenever, if she needs me, if she wants to talk about anything, and I think they have a great relationship. They're so loving.
When I was asking her, do you think you want to tie the knot? Do you want to get married? She had a really awesome response.
I feel like I could definitely marry him, but I don't want to get married anytime soon. I think he could definitely be the one, but we shall see. That's the thing about getting married. You're married, you're all the way locked down. Let's see how long the relationship goes on.
I think that's a smart decision. I want them to be ready. And because marriage puts a lot of strain on a relationship. If she's ready to get married, I'm all for it. I wouldn't rush her into getting married just for the sake of saying I'm married. Because a lot of people get married and get divorced right after. And it's like that child, the same child that you were worrying about being married and being in the house with two parents, they're still not in the house with two parents now because they got married and they just didn't work out. When I had her, I was not married. Of course, I thought that he was going to be the man for me and we were going to be married. And he ended up going to jail and that went away. I ended up having another life. I created another life. But when he was gone, I really made sure Zonnique was, she was great. I had a job. I was making good money. You know what I'm saying? So I knew who I was. I wasn't second guessing what I was going to be able to do for my child, whether I had a man or not. I am the man and the woman of the house. You see what I'm saying? When I need to be. If I need to be, I could be the man and woman of the house. But God bless me with a husband, so I don't have to be the man in the house now. But if I needed to, I have that power. I can do it.